So, do you remember what your first trade was, or first investment that you bought?
I do, John Deere, D-E, Deere.
And when was that? What time? Give us some time frames.
Oh gosh, well I've been trading 10 years.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to tell you, because I told you I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
Was it a trade or was it an investment? I'm curious. It
was an investment. I didn't know trading existed.
Okay, so 1999, you're buying John Deere, and how does that work out? How does that work out?
It did great. It did great. And then later on, a couple of years later, Home Depot, bless their hearts, they tanked, and we jumped in there and bought some of that and did really well. At the time, my daughter was in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
She had enough money to buy 1 share of Home Depot. Mm-hmm. So she jumped in there and bought hers, and off we went. So after that, I started really realizing there was something to do. So I did take some education. I flew into certain cities and took, a week-long class with, I took everything from options to Forex. And still take classes, because if I can get one little nugget to take me further, that's great. I do teach, but I trade anything that moves, from options to Forex. I don't enjoy futures. People tell me, why do you not trade that? I don't like talking about it. I follow it, but I'd rather talk about other things than, crude, and, I follow it. I trade it another way. I may trade the refineries or something, but...
So you trade stocks, and their underlying options is what you primarily focus on.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And how do would you consider yourself a fundamental trader, technical trader? How do you define the way you behave in the market?
Okay. I'm a fundamental trader, technical trader, and a sentimental trader.
Okay.
Okay. So I trade all 3. It depends on my strategy. If it's intermediate or long term, I'm more into the fundamentals. If I'm trading that chart, I don't care if it's a goat. If it has a ticker symbol, I'm going to trade it right then, and I'm out. Right. So that's more or less the charts, and I'm sure you understand. If you had a ticker symbol, I'd trade you. So it's,
you probably
along with that makeover, Matt, we'll just give you a ticker symbol. How's that?
Right.
But, I'm a very aggressive day trader, and people always ask, how many trades are you in and out? And I'm probably like you. I'm not going to tell you, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, but how many, I'm not asking for a number of trades, but how many trades, how many names will you trade in a day? What's a typical day for Leigh?
10.
10 round trips in and out.
Not round trips, but 10 tickers.
Okay.
I may trade that same one 3 to 5 times.
Gotcha.
Moving, if it's moving. I usually hold over 100 positions. Stock guy tells me I'm like a hedge fund.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But each strategy is different, so I have different accounts for each strategy.
So do you have a long-term account, short-term account?
I do. All of the above.
Okay, so give us a little idea of what your day looks like when you come in for a trading day.
Okay, well, I do my watch list in the evening, and I know people spend hours doing their watch list, but I spend about 30 minutes.
Okay.
I have this down to a science. If you're familiar with Six Sigma or ISO with what I do, it's all about trending.
Right.
And because I'm a math person, I have my formula, and I can get that done in about 30 minutes, check my news, check whatever I need, and I'm ready to go. And then because I'm on Central Time, obviously I have to get up a little bit early, such as yourself, because of the market. If I'm trading Forex, I may have been up late. And so once I get my face on, I'm ready to get in there and see what we can do. I trade the open very, very aggressively. Matter of fact, those people that follow me on Twitter, I call it a vitamin. I put vitamins out each day because we all need our one a day.
Yep.
And usually we can trade something that's got volatility at the open. So I always trade that and the close. And during the day, I'm looking for bounces.
So, again, your preparation, it takes you 30 minutes. Do you start with a list of stocks based on a criteria that helps you to whittle down to that number that allows you to get to that 30 minutes of work?
Absolutely. I built scans. Well, I trade candles and chart patterns.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking for high probabilities. And I have, over the years, trended what works for me. Okay. So I literally have it down to a checklist. If A, B, C, and D. If D doesn't fit in the criteria, there's no trade.
Okay.
I don't make a trade. I don't chase them. In the early days, we all chase trades.